Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the friggin' show. Thanks very much for joining us. We are still preparing to live stream. Yesterday, I think we live streamed before we even prepared to live stream because I checked the beginning. Oh, now we're actually live streaming. Go for it, D.
What's going on, everybody? The show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You have to be 21 and over to be here. If not, you have to leave. Back to you, Senor Fimodoro.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I put the femur in Fumidor. Thanks very much for joining us, folks. Welcome. As the man said, bonjour, Christophe, or bonsoir. As the man said, you have to be an adult to watch this show, even though, of course, we only talk about puffing marshmallows and smoking meats these days. We love plant seeds of all kinds. We mostly talk about broccoli seeds, zucchini seeds, giant pumpkin, mini watermelon seeds. Nobody ever talks about mini watermelons. Why isn't anyone growing mini watermelons? They have mini watermelons. They have the like personal size watermelons at the store. Why don't we talk more about mini watermelon seeds, ladies and gentlemen? You just can't tell anyone where you're buying the watermelon seeds, or a couple of trolls will basically report this show. But we love watermelon seeds, ladies and gentlemen. We love zucchini seeds. We're equal opportunity seed aficionados, ladies and gentlemen. We love those plant seeds. We love to grow them. We love to smoke them. We love to put them in our belly. We love all of it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gerbils, switch the chat to live chat like I just did to have a little bit less filtered chatting experience. Obviously, you don't have to do fuck, but I recommend it. I think D recommends it. 9 out of 10 proctologists recommend it, ladies and gentlemen. I just made that up, but I think they would. I mean, I would assume that they would because it seems like the kind of thing that a proctologist would be into. No nonsense, just right up the middle. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. If you guys are new to the show, it's very rare that we do get new people, but if you are new to the show, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. As little as a hello is always welcome. If you guys are chat or not chat, if you guys are shy or private, because whatever, we don't have to be specific because where you live, zucchinis are frowned upon, for example. You're welcome to just say hey. You don't have to say anything, of course, but we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see hey, hello from so and so, blah blah blah. At least I love to hear those things, like oh hello from South Africa, whatever. It's always fun to hear from different countries, right? But ladies and gentlemen, if you're bashful, just feel free just to sit back, whatever, or just say hello. But we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about what you're growing these days, what you're working on, what you're interested in. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you've learned something super cool in the last few days, feel free to let us know, ladies and gentlemen. Just honestly, don't be a fucking asshole in the chat. Don't be fighty McFighty pants, basically. Don't come on here to start fight or I don't know, initiate freaking grievances or whatever the fuck, right? Seriously, don't come on here dragging that fucking boulder on your shoulder. Give me a goddamn break. The amount of times I've let people like that in my show. No more, ladies and gentlemen. We're not about that vibe anymore. So don't come in here if you get a chip on your shoulder. At least don't come in here and show everybody the chip on your shoulder. You're welcome to leave it at home for the moment while you're chatting with us. But we'd love to hear from you folks. Like I say, just simply don't be a fucking prick in the chat. I don't tolerate anyone making fun of the panelists. Every once in a while, I think someone's trying to be funny. I don't tolerate it well. It's basically one of the first rules that comes up in the chat, basically, so you should know better. And I've been saying this for a long time. I feel that if people are willing to come on here, now mind you, I would be perfectly tolerant to take jokes about myself, right? Because I'm sure I can make worse jokes about you, you know? But the point is, if I start allowing it for one person, it's going to be for everybody, you know? So long story short, I basically have just forbidden it. Nobody on the panel is allowed to be made fun of. If you have any serious criticisms, questions, comments, concerns, whatever, you're welcome to say them in the chat, just politely. Don't come at anybody. People really don't like being attacked for anything, but if you offer suggestions, if you offer possible options or whatever else, people are usually willing to listen to those kinds of things. You know what I mean? There's been, without being specific, there's been people on this show, and I've seen it myself, when we've made suggestions, when I've made suggestions, or when someone else has made suggestions, those have gone over well. But when we've made critiques with the same people, oh fuck, they fight back. It's a fairly natural reaction, ladies and gentlemen. So, uh, try to learn from human fucking nature and basically don't come at anybody on this show. If you have, like I say, any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. You are welcome, honestly, to disagree on this channel. Please voice them politely in the chat. And of course, you are welcome actually to come on the panel. I haven't gotten to that here yet. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join the panel, the rules are simple. Visualize basically kind of a cafe for fellow plant enthusiasts. We don't have to be specific, right? Because we love all the plants, right? In fact, we also love mushrooms on this channel as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a big time aficionado of things that grow in the ground, basically, you're welcome to hop on here. We'd love to hear from you if you're super experienced at it. If you're not super experienced with it, we'd love to hear from both sides of it, everyone in the middle. If you don't grow at all, if you are an edible person, if you really are just kind of a toker and smoker and so on and so forth, we'd still like to hear from you because this is supposed to be very much an interdisciplinary interchange show, where different folks with different takes on issues are able to talk about, in many cases, the same conversation. I do ask that you folks don't bullshit. So when you come on here, if you don't know something, don't pull it out of your ass, please. We really don't want to see that. If you are in the middle of a discussion that other people are really into and you're kind of, you're on the edges of understanding on that, maybe keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? It's better to keep your mouth shut and be thought a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt, right? The saying goes. Ladies and gentlemen, I do stand by that, honestly. I think there are such a thing as stupid questions. Stupid questions are questions that you, by all rights, should know the answer to. Stupid answers, basically, are the inverse to that, too. Essentially, you're adding nothing to the conversation. So, folks, I do really want you to keep away from the stupid conversation, to be perfectly honest with you. There's enough stupid fucking conversation on YouTube all over goddamn YouTube, right? Some of the world's biggest channels are just the stupidest fucking shit I can imagine. So let's keep that somewhere else. You feel free to go enjoy those channels. I mean, they're big for a reason, obviously. Everyone likes them. So feel free to go enjoy Mr. Beast and whatever the fuck. I don't even care. But if you want to have, hopefully, some fairly intelligent discussion about growing and smoking and toking and all the kind of things that we like to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome. Simple rules. Like I said, don't be a dick. Don't share your dick. Don't be a lunatic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say that again because I kind of stumbled. Don't show your dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, rather. Jesus H. Christ. Don't be a dick. Don't show your dick. And don't be a fucking lunatic. That's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. I realize it rhymes and is facetious, but I'm serious about it, honestly. And I have a zero tolerance policy these days. If you are a fucking lunatic, I will remove you. That's just the end of it. If you come on here and show your asshole or be an asshole, fuck all the way off. We will remove you as well. That's one of the rules. And once again, don't be a douchebag or show your fucking douchebag. We have absolutely no interest in these things. You are 100% welcome to disagree. You are encouraged to disagree. If you have a contrary take to anything that I've said or something that anyone else, that the cute little kitten right there, who could disagree with that cute little kitten? But if you do, if you disagree with that cute little kitten, you're welcome to hop on here. Perhaps you are a cute little puppy, and you're like, motherfucker, kittens get too much fucking play, which I would agree, actually. I would agree that kittens get too much play. I'm a puppy file. I realize that see, we're already fighting on the channel, right? But we can do it politely, ladies and gentlemen. So that's the point. If you want to come on here and disagree about specific practices that we talk about in gardening or even in politics or whatever else, you're welcome to. In fact, you're encouraged. This is probably one of the few channels on maybe even on YouTube, honestly, because these days everything is so preaching to the choir-esque. Ladies and gentlemen, I do genuinely welcome disagreement. I think I can handle it. I'm sure I can handle it. I'm sure I can handle any of your uh, um, arguments or whatever else. And if you're right, I would love to be wrong. Honestly, I would love to be wrong and be exposed as having been wrong about something. I love learning things. So, folks, if you can come on here and teach any of us something new, even against our will or something in a polite way, then that's very much encouraged, ladies and gentlemen. I really did say that in a strange way, but I think you know what I mean. Cheers, by the way. Cheers, by the way, folks in the chat. Jones N2 Grow, good to see you. Dr. Leave Me Alone. Of course, Christoph hanging with us. J5's hanging with us. He's saying, hey, hi. What's going on, bud? Cheers back to you, Jones N2 Grow. Dr. Leave Me Alone has given us the chooch with the CBD, THC, CBG, THCV train, whatever the fuck. What's he saying? Can I show the project? I think so, Dr. Libiano. I think you can. Just don't be specific about where you got any of the seeds, stuff like that. Do not be specific about what you intend to do with any of those plants under any circumstances. Seriously, I realize that you're licensed and everything else. It has nothing to do with legality. That's the point that I've been trying to one of the points, I guess I haven't honestly probably conveyed it well enough. The most frustrating thing to me about all this reporting basically is that they're not reporting anything that's actually not allowed. Everything that I do, I've checked, I've made sure everything I do is legal and above board. There's a lot of people on YouTube that do a lot of shady stuff out the back door and everything else, and whatever, Mazel tov. I don't even give a fuck. But the point is, I'm not doing that. I'm keeping my fucking nose clean, and they still report my channel, and they do it in such a way that I still get busted. pretty frustrating. They're basically narking on me for stuff that isn't even wrong. So we have to be extra special careful so that those impotent fucking dipshits basically sit around jerking their fucking noodle in the dark and have nothing to do with my channel. Uh, Long answer to a short fucking question. Can you show the project? I think you can, but just don't be specific, like I said, about where you intend to, even if you intend to smoke them. I don't want to hear it. Just show the plants, talk about them. We can just totally enjoy them while they're there. Don't say anything about the future on those plants. Don't talk about your licensing or anything like that. And God help us all, don't anybody talk about shooting fucking drones. By the way, first of all, as a drone pilot, I don't want you to shoot my fucking drone down. By the way, I don't know why people assume that you can shoot drones down like it's something owned by another person. Just because they're flying over your property doesn't give you the right to shoot them down. Like a glider pilot could be flying over your property. Are you going to shoot them down? I see planes flying over my place all the time. There's there's several airports right around the area, but there's an airport where a lot of private flyers fly from where I am. And dude, I see helicopters. I see fucking the billionaire air jets going to wine country. I see all kinds of. Am I shooting those fucking planes? No, because I would go under the jail. They would bury me under the fucking jail. So don't talk about shooting fucking aircraft. I don't care if it's an aircraft with people in it or an aircraft with no people in it. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't shoot fucking aircraft. Give me a goddamn break. Um, yeah, Jones N2 Gross says all legal here too. Gifts from the gardener are legal here. 100%. It's absolutely ridiculous that I get reported for stuff on this channel. Zucchini seeds are 100% legal, ladies and gentlemen. Even sensimilla zucchini seeds, unseeded zucchini seeds. We don't want to pollinate those zucchini seeds. Those things are fucking legal. Honestly, those things are fucking legal. They've been legal for years. They will continue to be legal. There's no threat that they will become illegal. So it's incredibly frustrating that some fucking trolls that basically just dislike me continue to report my channel. So my decision has been basically to end run them and basically make it impossible for them to report me. And sure enough, however many shows we've had since I started talking about it, I haven't had one single age restriction or report or anything. And I don't think it's because they're fucking sitting on their hands. I think it's because we've removed their power, which is really deeply amusing to me because they still watch my channel but can't do fuck about it. So anyway, if they got the normal idea of life, they would go do something else, like watch Mr. Beast, or I don't even know. Go watch that. Oh my God, there's this fucking menace. I always talk about Reddit, right? So there's this one subreddit that I watch for amusement. It's called Stupid Food. So subreddit stupid food r/stupid food. And it's just like as it sounds, just stupid fucking food. The other day there was oh my God, like this guy was a menace too. There's all these videos, all these TikTok videos, I guess, because I don't fucking watch TikTok, right? But I guess they pop up on stupid food, and so I see the best ones, I guess. But there's all these videos that come up all the time of what do you even call these guys? Well, there's a couple different types, but one of them is basically like soda egg stands. And so there's a lot oh shit, I just fucking spilled coffee all over the place like a fucktard. All right, I'm gonna go get a napkin here in a second. In fact, I'm gonna go do that first. Dee, why don't you introduce yourself? I'm gonna mute myself real quick and come right back.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for tuning in to the safety meeting. I hope everyone's feeling safe out there. Cheers, everybody in chat. Bonjour, Christophe. Come on, ça va? That was pretty funny. Brains dead. Cheers. Welcome. Jones and the Grow in the house. Doctor, leave me alone. Yeah, we're waiting for you, I think, Doc. Who else is here? J5 in the house. The first in the chat, Christoph. Big force, mon ami. I hope everyone's having a great day. Um, big up, big up. Are you smoking the hashish today, Christoph? Hashish.
Smoking the hashish.
I'm gonna bust through some hashish in a little while.
Yeah, man. Cheers, buddy. That was great. I just basically spilled like a third of my cup of coffee out of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
I'll just fucking
Ruh-roh,
pretend it wasn't me. Just
Shaggy.
like I grabbed it wrong or something. I don't know. One of
That's
those
what she
fucktard
said.
moments. Nice one. Nice one. So anyway, what was I talking about? Soda eggs or whatever? Like, I don't know. This doesn't appeal to me. All kinds of flavor combinations are nice and interesting and everything, but whoever thought of this is just a fucktard. And they do the worst version of these. So there's these little food stands, right? And they're literally like a wheeled fucking stand. Like there's no way that this stuff is food compliant by American standard. Like literally no way. It's basically like gut bacteria in a box on wheels, essentially. The guys never wash their hands or anything. It's fucking terrible. But anyway, they basically have oftentimes one frying pan, essentially, and it's a formerly Teflon pan that's basically had all the phthalates and fucking PTFE scraped off, basically. So it's bare aluminum with just flecks of PTFE for flavoring, right? And anyway, they basically throw on, and they'll have like a crate of eggs, and they'll just crack the eggs basically in there, which is probably the least disgusting part of the story, because actually eggs internationally generally don't have to be refrigerated, which is kind of a weird concept for Americans. We wash our eggs commercially, or at least at the warehouse, at the distribution area base. It's not like we wash our eggs personally at home, but eggs are washed before they're distributed, basically in the U.S., whereas most countries around the world they don't wash the eggs, and so the membrane on the egg is still on there. And wouldn't you know it, actually, believe it or not, thanks to fucking hundreds of millions of years of evolution, those eggs are antiseptic basically on the inside. So unless the egg was spoiled already in the inside for some reason because it was cracked or whatever else, it's going to be fine, even for a couple, 3 weeks, honestly. And so it's very common, frankly, when you go overseas, even in Europe and stuff, people just have a crate of eggs on their fucking countertop. You're like, oh, how interesting is that? Can't do that in the U.S. because the eggs would actually go bad because the membrane removing the membrane makes the egg porous and it can basically interchange with the environment. Anyway, so long story short, these guys will crack the fucking egg and then they pour in like Pepsi or Red Bull or I don't know, they don't have Mountain Dew, but they'll have Fanta and all kinds of weird shit, and they'll throw in some eggs and just I don't vegetables and stuff. Oh my God. And this guy, it was so disgusting. And at the end of it, at the end of this video, there was this Indian guy that was just standing there watching the whole video. And it's an American guy making the video. And he's like, oh, should I eat this? And the Indian guy's just, no. Like the Indian guy himself's just watching this. He's like, you shouldn't fucking eat this stall, dude. And the fucking guy takes a bite. We didn't see him, 4 hours later, obviously hunched over the toilet begging for his life. So anyway, that was funny as hell. But what am I trying to say? And mind you, there's nothing wrong with Indian food. It's just that I don't know. You got fucktards in every single country. For example, this one bitch, I cannot remember her name, Elaine something or other. And every time she comes up now on stupid food, everyone upvotes her videos the most because they're horrible. It's basically a war crime, essentially a war crime against food. But people are trying to get her banned from stupid food because she essentially exists as rage bait. Because basically she just does fucking deliberately stupid stuff. She even says, like, she's like game of the ass. She's got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, by the way. So she's super successful with this fucking brain rot. She like deliberately mispronounces words. She's totally, I don't know, Canadian or American, but I think she's American chick because she doesn't have like the A and stuff like that. She doesn't have the Canadian inflections, but she'll say stuff like garlic instead of garlic. It's, oh my fucking God. Anyway, so the other day she put down, she was making French toast or some shit. And so she puts down a bunch of breads on a Blackstone. Oh, no, no, no. First, she puts down, literally, opens a bunch of Dryers or Briars. I always confuse the fucking brands, ice cream, and literally puts the whole tub on the Blackstone. Just tub and all, just basically puts it on there and lets the ice cream melt down a little bit and then removes the tub. So you got all the phthalates and everything and the waxy layers from the fucking from the cardboard from the container. And then she just continues to create this abortion of garbage, which is basically like just sugar and bread and garbage. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but Jesus, if you love hate watching stuff, there are actual like food war crime villains that you could be watching. Elaine something or other, her fucking name is. I could find it for you if you really needed it. Go watch that, ladies and gentlemen. Here we're trying to have a good time, enjoying ourselves, goofing off, hopefully learning something, but in the meantime, having hopefully good vibes. Let me post the link, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to do that earlier. You guys are welcome to hop on here. Fuck, we're already almost halfway through the show. Hop on, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said earlier, don't be a dick. Don't show your dick. Don't be a fucking lunatic. Very, very simple rules indeed. If you can abide by those rules, you're welcome to hop on here. Braindead says, your mama can swallow a pumpkin. What size pumpkin, though? Is it a giant pumpkin or a mini pumpkin? Tough to say, right? Uh, Dr. Lee Below says, you want some catnip, you little kitten? Hop on, motherfuckers. I don't like to beg, so ladies and gentlemen, if we're gonna sit here basically by ourselves for a while, we'll probably just end up bouncing. But I'll roll a joint here. Hopefully, a couple people will hop on here. We'll see how it goes. Last couple of Wednesdays, we've actually managed to have decent conversations. So, oh, this fucking headphone. There we go. I'm always amused when I see clips of I don't know, Joe Rogan and all those weird guys with their fucking monstrous headphones, and I just always laugh. I'm like, that's very much a chosen aesthetic. Like you don't actually need those headphones, at least those monstrosities, essentially on your head to be a podcaster. Like with the money they have, they make wonderful in-ear monitors. All of the musicians you've basically ever seen, basically 99.9% of them, because there's always some cowboy dumbasses that don't use headphones, but generally, even those a lot of times will just use earmuffs. But there are still some musicians that just go fucking bare, and they end up paying for it by the time they're 30. But what am I trying to say? Every single rock musician, classical musician, jazz musician, I don't care who the fuck they are that had any money in their wallet, because that's the thing, you got to have about $300-400 to buy them. And they go up from there. But like Shure, for example, makes some for like $1,500 that all the like I don't know, Coldplay and stuff, they'll just have these like $1,500 headphones. They're not 50,000, they're like 1,500. And you can buy basically almost the same headphone. It's just not custom molded to your ear and stuff for like $300-400. So anybody that's basically like a serious podcaster actually making money at it, I'm like, dude, I would ditch these in a second because they get hot and annoying. Like you probably see me all the time, like removing them or moving them a little bit because my ears just get hot. If it's even a little bit warm in the room, it gets hot. Well, if I had an extra $500 just to throw at my podcast, I would totally get some fucking in-ear monitors. So it just absolutely makes me laugh when I see Joe Rogan with these monstrous fucking Audio Technica cans that, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Anyway, whatever. And the microphone's right in front of his fucking face because they're all dumbasses. Hello, I'm a podcaster. Hello, I'm a podcaster. This is how you know I'm a podcaster because I have the microphone in front of my face. Sorry, I've been an asshole. What's up, Doctor? Leave you alone.
Yeah. You see what I'm doing?
Playing with garbage bags?
Yeah, I'm pre-treating them with leaves that I picked off. This way, get any of that plastic smell out. I'll be using
Pre-treating them with
probably,
leaves?
yeah,
Oh,
just
so what are you
run,
doing? What's the purpose? Are you going to use those black
take the
bags for something?
smell, take the smell of the plastic out of it because in a month, I might be using them to put paper bags in. So they have to be.
Ah, I gotcha.
So I put
Um,
leaves in there for
It's
like a
definitely an
day.
expense, but I know what you're talking about. I don't think you're going to remove because all the plastic bags are made from the cheapest possible plastic you can find that will hold together to hold garbage until you throw it away. It off gases like a motherfucker. Like you say, even having a bag of garbage or a box of garbage bags in your house, all of a sudden you can smell garbage bags. That cannot be good for you. I would never store weed in a garbage bag, even if I stored it in a paper bag first or anything, because the weed is gonna soak up those fucking. I don't even know all those compounds. I mean, those are all basically volatile organic compounds, literally the things you don't want to smoke. So what I
That's
recommend, let me finish my thought, doctor, because otherwise we can't hear each other. What I recommend, and actually Costco sells these, the black bins with the yellow lids. Those are actually food safe. A lot of people don't realize Green Made, the company is Green Made, and if you look at the package, it says food safe, da da da, made in the U.S., blah blah blah, and it is. It's actually made in the U.S., whatever. And sure enough, they're non-reactive I mean, if you put some kind of weird acid in there or something, maybe I don't know, but anything that we use and that we work with will go just fine in those. And so a lot of people will actually use those bins. And
yeah.
so one plastic bag, yeah, you're gonna have to spend some money, but I would spend the money,
Yeah,
especially
it
if you're
costs a
serious about
lot of
doing this.
money for what I'm doing because I got a lot of hemp here. So the way I would do it is the plastic bags later on, like a month or two later, after it's all cured. Well, it could use the plastic bags. I got old ones that I had for years. Okay, so what I do is on the cure, I put the hemp in the plastic bag and no, in the paper bag for curing, and it goes in the plastic bag for like a day or two. And then the paper bag gets taken out until it gets crunchy. Then it goes back, and you do that a couple of times, and you slowly take the moisture out of the hemp. So um,
So
Then,
you don't hang your hemp or what?
yeah, no, it hangs first. After it snaps,
So then why
after
are
it
you
snaps,
taking it in and out, in and out, in and
it
out?
goes into cure.
But
After you,
you're saying that like it's a normal thing. Like I don't have to take things in and out of the jar. So why are you taking things in and out of the bag?
because I'm more or less burping it.
I got you.
Okay.
That's way more work than you need to do though. Like
You,
I'm
you,
telling. And for
you have
example, if you
it out.
bought those bins, you could just literally open the
You,
bin because I know what you
you
mean. You burp jars, right? I understand. I understand that. You could basically get those green made bins, and what a lot of people do is they put the plants sideways, right? They don't put them. They just they don't just dump a bunch of buds in there or whatever. Well, I guess when they're
get,
trimmed, because I
no,
have seen
listen.
those bins full of trimmed
After,
bud. Please
after
don't.
I
Please
do
let me
that,
finish talking. But doctor,
okay,
fucking let
well,
me
you're
finish
going
talking.
off
Otherwise, it's
the,
just fucking nonsense. Jesus fucking Christ. Let me finish talking, and then you can talk. And now I don't even know what I was talking about. That's the thing. It just hears like "Rah, rah, rah, rah." That's what it sounds like in my
I put it
in
in
my
turkey
headphones.
bags.
What's
After it
that?
goes, after it's cured, it goes into turkey bags, and then
Gotcha.
the turkey bags go into like a leaf bag or something, and then into the plastic bag when it's totally, you
So why
know.
don't you just wait if it's cured already in the turkey bag? Why don't you just leave it in the turkey bag? Because the
I
turkey
do.
bags
I
are
leave it in
inert.
the turkey bag. The turkey bags go in there with different ones. Each one is labeled different because
I'm
it's all
very
different
confused now.
usually.
So you have like a five-step process of bags? I'm really confused.
Well, I dry it, paper bag it, then in the cure, then it goes into turkey bags, and then when it's all done, it goes into either paper bags or these these treated plastic bags. And then it gets put in
And what do
storage.
you mean
Okay?
treated plastic bag?
The ones that I'm treating right now with leaves.
Okay.
So I'm just doing it ahead of time because I got the leaves. I'm going to be using these bags like in a month or two. You know what I mean?
So,
So
like I was saying at the beginning of the show, I mean, I'd love to hear from other people in the chat. Maybe I'm totally way off on this, but I'm really not a fan of this process. First, it's way too much work, and the plastic garbage bag involvement,
what are you
bro.
going to
No.
do with all this? You ain't going to use a bin, okay? You're not going to go to Walmart and spend $1,000 on bins to put it in. Number one,
Well, first of
you're
all,
not
how many
going to
bins would you need?
you're
I don't
not
know.
going to
Like,
buy jars.
On.
This is
they're
all.
not hundreds of dollars of fucking bins. They cost like $8 a piece, dude, for a 55 gallon. At least at
Yeah, but look
Costco.
at
At least at
it.
Costco
This
on
is
sale.
just
I
a
don't know how much
little
they
bit.
cost. Jesus Christ, let me finish talking. Uh, you need to learn to fucking let me talk, because otherwise it's just it sounds fucking garbage,
I've
please.
been doing this since 2019.
Say it
Okay,
again.
I know what I'm doing. You want to
Okay,
argue
start
with me,
over. I didn't
fine,
hear
but
you. Jesus, this is part of the problem. I can't even hear you. Say it again. You did what since 2019?
I've been doing this process since 2019.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I grow a lot of it. I grow a couple 100 pounds. I just don't grow a pound.
Well, a couple 100 pounds, I guess that is a lot of bins. How much would that even be?
Yeah, it grows a lot.
Well, 55, okay, how do you store it in the bin? I guess that's the next question. Do you just store it loose? Like, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. You store a bunch of loose fucking nugs in the bin.
Yeah,
I mean, I have seen that basically.
yeah, I
So
know
I'm just going to
people do
assume
that.
that for a moment. Please let me finish talking for
Yeah.
a second. Dr. Libelon, I don't think you realize your microphone is literally garbage. So when you talk and someone else is talking at the same time, it just sounds like muffled trash. So if you could possibly just wait for a second. Uh, fuck was I trying to say? Like if you used headphones, we could hear you better. But none of you fuckers ever use your headphones. So what am I trying to say? 55-gallon bin. I would just be guessing. I would imagine that you could still store like 4 or 5 pounds in there, no problem. But again, if you had 200 fucking pounds, that's a bit of bins. I don't know. I would just use it in the turkey bags. I would keep it in the turkey bag. If you already bought the turkey
That's
bags,
what I
again, I'm
do.
thinking out loud, I guess, to myself because it doesn't matter. But I would just keep them in the turkey bags because I would not put weed in a garbage bag. Because even when I've
Yeah.
stored, like I just the other day, I basically just took some old clothes that I probably should get rid of, honestly, and took them out of a garbage bag from when I moved and put them in an actual bin because I have all these extra bins now. I wish I could send you all my extra bins. Um, and the fucking bag and all the stuff inside of it smelled terrible from the bag. Now, granted, it's been there for a year or something, and it was in my storage room and stuff like that, so it probably got hot in the storage closet, da da da, or storage, whatever, storage unit. I don't know. I still think the black garbage bags are a bad idea. Who else in the chats? Nobody has said anything.
These
Nobody's
aren't,
really making any.
these aren't scented bags either. So
Sorry, go ahead.
they're not scented to begin with.
Well, that at
These
least is
bags.
good.
These are contractor bags. So um, yeah, the weed
Well,
don't go in there. Once it goes in the turkey bag, then the turkey bag goes in there. Weed ain't go touching the bag.
oh, so the weed is not bare touching the bag. It's already sealed
Yeah,
in a.
it
Because I
goes
thought you
in
were
a
saying it was in a
turkey
paper
bag.
bag still.
I have 11 of them usually every year filled
11 of
up.
11 of what?
11 of these big bags
I got you.
filled up with weed, with turkey bags.
Oh, well, if you only have 11 bags, you could buy 11. Well,
Big
whatever.
bags.
People,
Big bags.
I know, I understand not wanting to spend money, but you could 11 fucking
No,
bins and
11
you can
big
reuse
bags.
them.
These
And
are
that's the thing,
20,
the garbage bags you can't really reuse, you know? I
those
mean,
are
I guess you could
42
reuse them, but
gallons. It's 42 gallon, and it's sometimes whatever I'm growing has to be weighed. So sometimes you have to weigh it. This, the hemp, you don't have to weigh it, but when you do the cannabis, you have to weigh it and stuff. So that's another reason why it goes in that bag. Yeah, so they're looking good. There's all different phenotypes. Now I'm just trying to figure out, like this one more of a purple. This one has more of a purple in it.
hmm.
So this one's more of a greener. And then we have one that's more silvery. Maybe maybe something like this. A little more silvery to it. Like this is a darker one here, like more like a purple. So those have to go separate. This one doesn't really have the purple in it, but it's a big bud. This one's a big bud too, and it doesn't really have purple in it. So now what I got to do is look at the trichomes next. And we're going to be doing that later. I don't know if I should use a jeweler's loop or the phone. If you can take a picture and zoom in with the phone. And
You,
this is the more the silver one that I'm saying.
there's the jeweler's loop
More of a
works on the
silver.
block.
We can't hear you.
A silver a silver color, light like a gray color. And this one here, this one's like the pearl that they're talking about. So now these are going to go in a separate bag. So I'm trying to figure out which plants. Like this is like a darker one right here. That's even darker. So yeah, so it's a lot of figuring out, trying to keep them separated. Like these two look the same, kind of.
So I'm not understanding. What's the point of the problem keeping them separated?
Well, I want to keep the same looking plants together.
Oh, I
Like I
got you.
don't want to put the silver one with the purple. You know what I mean? I want to keep all the purple ones in one bag, and all the ones like this, the foxtailing ones that are like the pearl, those are all going to be separate.
I hate to ask this, but could you move the camera just a little bit slower because we're getting a lot of skipped frames?
Okay. This is another foxtail, or they're calling it the purple. I mean, the
That's
pearl.
better.
It's sticky too. My hands are getting all sticky doing this. This one would be more the purple one. This is the foxtail one right there. There's another foxtail one. They go up straight to a point.
How do you trim it all, by the way? If you got a couple 100 pounds, would you just trim all winter or what?
I'm getting all the leaves off before I bring it in. All the big leaves. All this stuff's coming off. This. All the leaves until I get to the top where the buds are, and they're going to stay. These last couple, all of these are going to come off before I bring them in. Yeah, so it's a lot of work. I might have someone come and help pull leaves before we ate, and it's looking good. Oh, I got a breeding project I'm working on. This one's nice and getting some purple there, pink pistils. I found out what this is. This is the Be Nasty. Someone created. They call it Be Nasty. I don't know. I can look at the seed pack and see, but those two are there. And then I got some more tomatoes here. I
Nice.
picked today and yesterday
Sweet.
out of here, and I figured out. Get rid of these leaves. I figured out over here.
I got one enormous tomato that I don't think is going to produce an entire, like, I don't think it's going to produce one tomato this year. Like this fucking thing, I got at the same time I got these two gigantic cherry tomato plants now. But this one, and it's still a big plant, actually. It's got flower sites all over the freaking place, but it's just not setting. Like it won't do it. And there's a couple plants right next to a couple tomato plants right next to it that have set. So it's not like it hasn't gotten pollinated or something. It's right next to that. Oh my God, the knotweed or whatever it is that I was talking about is literally lousy with bees and stuff. So there's a 0% chance it didn't get pollinated, but fucking thing is just not going to produce one tomato. So it's still got just like happy little yellow flowers and nothing going on. Fucking thing is like 6 feet around. Seriously, it's an enormous tomato, but not one fucking fruit.
Okay, this is the purple haze that I got. It's the second one, and I looked in my book, and it was the second plant in. And then this one says it was the AK, but I'm not sure. I thought this was one of my volunteers, but according
Got some
to my
purple on
book,
there on the
it says
pistils there.
pink. Pink, yeah. Um, these are the Northern Lights. These three, and over here,
So those are Northern Lights THC plants or THC CBD?
THC. Those
Oh,
are Northern Lights number 10. Here's another purple CBD. Kind of has the purple in it. So that big plant there is GG Kush, what it says in the book, where that one is. This is Chad's. It's a nice round bush, and it has like a cone coming off the top on that. Um, and these two are supposed to be GMO. There's two here. And this one was supposed to be, um, damn, I can't think of it right now. I got to look in the book for this one. I'm not sure offhand
Wile E. Coyote.
because I finally got the book out and looked at it last night. I was too busy even looking the book to see what's what. So now I got to look, and let's see. We go in here. Oh, let me show you the breeding project. So I got a cut off of that Northern Lights a while ago, and I have the Thai weed. So this is the one that's getting. This is the one that's getting reversed. That's dying off. Hopefully that works. And this one here, this one looks better. I'm doing the reverse. So I seen a male sack on these
So
here.
you sprayed them with SDS or what?
Mr. Toad venom. Same principle. Yeah, so I'm getting that one to reverse. And then I got Hillbillies here, his Dream Lotus. This one here is
Government cheese.
That's just government cheese, but that that ain't it. I don't know what. Oh shit! I made some with labels over here. I think, yeah. This one was the melon cake. I had a clone of that. This one is a clone of the. That's the Mandarin Sunset. Got a clone of that. I have my freak show courses over there. Then I'm gonna hit. Then I have the Northern Lights that are turning on me for the pollen. Not sure what this is offhand. I got to think about that. Um, and I got the freak
So you're
show here.
reversing all of them for making
No,
pollen? I'm confused.
it's reversing the Northern Lights.
Ah,
This one,
just that one. Gotcha.
and I'm gonna hit everything with it. So I got the freak show. No, that's the freak show. I got the freak show cross over there. Then I got hillbillies dreams. I got a few of those. And this one, this is another freak show cross. I brought that in last night. It's another hillbillies, and then I got the tie weed here that I'm gonna hit with it. So I got a little breeding project going on, and once I get some pollen, I can go in the greenhouse. I got more Northern Lights plants in there and tie weed. So if I want to make more seeds, this stuff is drying. I shouldn't keep this door open. We'll see what the humidity is. It's 45% humidity, 79 degrees. The humidity is a little low, so I'll keep this door shut. Those are the ones that were tested. So those are getting dried right now. So they're looking good, and let's see if we can get around the back without losing internet. It's beautiful here. It's in the 70s.
Oh, right on.
It's cold. I mean, not cold. It's clear. There's no pretty
Right.
clear, and there's no wind. Today, yesterday was windy. We'll take a peek in here. I was in here right now. The lights are off. 'Cause I'm trying to make them flower earlier. The long ones are the land race tie weed. And the short ones here are the Northern Lights. So if I have to come in here with some pollen, hopefully we get something drying over here. I don't know what the hell that is. I'll find out. It doesn't look too good. Gotta watch out when you do this stuff. Like you think it's ready and you pick it, and then when it dries, it's like nothing there. It's like what the fuck? It's all like leaf. This is one of the pearls, kind of. Let's see.
Pearls.
Yeah, that's the pearl.
You were the
I tried to open it up. Branch just broke. Right, one after the other. Snap, snap, snap. So they don't want to bend these plants. So I'm getting ready soon. I just got to get the. See, this is more of a. That's more of a foxtail. More like the pearl, I would say. Oh, it smells good. One smells like was in here picking these. More like a cherry. One smelled like a liquid too the other night. So we got a jungle here, another type of foxtail one. Not quite, but similar. See, there might be a little difference. I would say it's a little different foxtail. Other ones a little more, some a little less. Like that one looks the same as this one, more or less. Go back here. This is where I might lose you. Let me try to go in here. This is more one of the ones that are gray. Gray, more like a silver. There's another one, more of a foxtail type. Yeah, this one has pink in it, a deep red. Yeah, I watered last night, and I watered some of it this morning.
We
So they're
might
getting their
be we
water.
might be losing you. You might want to move backwards.
Am I okay?
Your picture's going to shit.
Still
It's
bad.
turning into
Okay.
it's turning into a fresh French expressionist or impressionist painting.
All right, I'll move back.
Monet's The Canna Lilies.
I have, I have a signal strength thing for the Wi-Fi. I mean, that might work for this too. Boost up this the signal
Oh,
for the Wi.
if you could connect your phone to decent Wi-Fi, that would be better than using your cell phone signal for sure.
No, this ain't cell phone. This is I'm hooked to the Wi-Fi right now. I'm not using mobile data.
I got you.
I'm running off my internet that's in there.
So in
We
other words,
moved
if
it
I
away.
misunderstood you, if you have a signal booster or something, I don't know what you were talking about, but
Yeah,
if you're talking about
signal.
using a signal booster, yes, I would recommend doing that.
I have one for my cameras, so I can move the cameras like 300 feet away. You know what I mean? Extra came with the cameras. It's I guess it's like signal booster, right?
I don't know. What are you talking about? You moving your like trail cameras or what?
Yeah. No, I got wires. They're not trail cams. They're live cameras.
Oh, I got you.
There's one over there on a tree. I don't know if you can see it.
And so you can put yours in the forest basically with the signal boost. Yeah, it probably is a signal booster. Unless it's specific to the
Yeah.
cameras, you could probably use it for your phone too.
There's one on the white one over on that tree on the branch over there. I don't know if you could see it. It's over there on the branch. But the sunflowers are doing good. I watered them. Get those are getting watered. I haven't looked at them from the front though.
So she said, I should have planted a bunch of sunflowers. I totally spaced on it this year.
And well, the CBD. Yeah, so that's basically it. So,
Big garden. Made a lot of trimming.
well, I'm gonna pull weeds, so I won't have much trimming, and we figure out what we're gonna do with it too. What kind of process we're gonna do?
Oh yeah, extraction or anything else. I got you.
Extracting, whatever, water, dry sift. Dry sifted has to be more aged, basically, and really dry. So that would be like a project for next year to do that over the winter, maybe.
Well, depending on your environment, you just leave it hanging for a few weeks and then just take it off the vine and dry sift it then. I think you're overcomplicating it. Flour
Um,
can be cured in an open room. Like it doesn't have to be put in a closed environment. It doesn't have to be put in a jar or anything else. As long as the environment is appropriate,
oh,
the environment becomes the jar. So in other words, if you had one of those
yeah,
rooms that you've showed us and you made that room 60 degrees, 65 degrees, 65% humidity, 60% humidity, whatever your choice is. Some people go a little bit lower or higher, whatever. If you basically have a steady airflow through there, some fans, et cetera, that room becomes your humidor essentially. And so like cigar humidors are oftentimes walk-in humidors. It's literally a walk-in jar, basically.
Yeah.
So you really don't have to, you might be really overcomplicating your process. That's one of the reasons why I was like, why are you doing so many steps? You could just take one of those rooms in your
Mhm.
house, make sure
The
the
first time,
conditions are good. Please let me finish talking. Don't talk over me
okay,
because then it's just fucking
no,
spam on the
no,
message.
no,
Make the
no,
room, Jesus, you're still fucking doing it, dude. The echoing and weird fucking sound, it doesn't help. So let me just finish my fucking thought. That was basically done, but now I'm fucking, I don't even remember what my fucking conclusion was. Whatever. Anyway, that's it.
I'm going way too much on what I'm doing. To be
Say it
doing
again.
it in the room. I'll tell you, we did that the first year back in 1982 or 81 when we grew the Afghani.
Did what?
We took it, put it, we put it in a garage, an old like garage from 1900s. That had cracks in the walls a little bit, and doors that close like a closet. Like they fold shut. We nailed it. We hung them up in bunches, like a bunch, like a bouquet type, and we had like 5 or 6 bunches or hanging, and we nailed the doors shut, and we went back 2 weeks later, and it
Well, you
was
didn't know what
like
you were doing, so I would not use that experience as a fucking gauge of the future. That you didn't know what you're doing. You
it
sealed
was
the box in,
beautiful.
and you had
Well,
cracks in
we
the.
knew what we were doing. The guy that I grew with knew what he was doing.
Okay, but you also ruined the
Okay?
flower, so you didn't know what you were doing.
And we
Did you
didn't.
know what you were
We
doing, or did you not know what you were doing? If you knew
we
what you were
did.
doing, the flower wouldn't have been fucking ruined.
It wasn't ruined. It
Oh,
was
but I just thought you just
beautiful.
said it was ruined. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! See, the problem is your mic is so. I don't know. Maybe we can just. Maybe we need to get you headphones or something because I can't hear you half the time. All right.
No,
So,
flower came out beautiful.
okay,
Flower
what?
came out beautiful.
Dude, I swear to you, you need to get some headphones or a microphone or something. Literally, you can buy them for like $10 because when you talk, and then it starts normal again, and then it's like that again,
Maybe it's
and then it's like
something.
that again. And I'm not fucking Jesus. I can't suss out every word you say. It's tough.
How about that? Is that better?
Again, it the same. I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like I probably am being an asshole, but I'm not
I
trying to
took
be an
it
asshole.
out
The
of the
beginning part
stand.
is like, and then it becomes normal.
I took it out of the stand. Maybe the stand was
That's
doing
better.
something.
And I have told you, you need to talk closer to the microphone. I've said this how many fucking times? When you talk 5 feet away from the microphone can't pick you up. Jesus Christ. People,
All right.
seriously.
I'm going to bounce and I'll let
Right on.
you get someone else on.
Later. I think we're just going to bounce. Cheers, Dr. Lebelong. Good to see the garden.
Bye now.
Later.
Later.
Boys and girls, I don't know. I'm getting frustrated because it's so hard to fucking hear you people half the time, and then you talk over me, or I try to talk and try not to talk over you, but I do half the time because either I can't hear you or whatever. Jesus H. Christ, ladies and gentlemen. We need you fucking people. If you want to hop on here in the future, you need to have decent fucking sound. You need to talk closer to the microphone. I can't with this shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't all have to have a fucking hundreds of dollars microphone with headphones and whatever the fuck. I understand that. But at least a pair of fucking headphones with a goddamn speaker that came with your phone for free. Plug that shit in. Go find the fucking box when you bought the phone 37 years ago. It wasn't 37 years ago because obviously, if you're talking to us, it's going to be a fucking iPhone, Android, whatever. Okay, now that I think about it, the newer phones don't even come with the headphones anymore because the companies got cheap. They used to. Once upon a time, they used to. But seriously, on Amazon or wherever the fuck, at fucking Walmart, you can buy like a fairly inexpensive headphone with microphones. Dude, ladies and gentlemen, do yourself a favor. Even if you don't want to come on my fucking show, do yourself a favor and everybody else that you go on Zoom calls with or anything else. Audio is the most important part of movies, and it's the most important part of television. It's the most important of YouTube. Why wouldn't it be the most important part of fucking live YouTube conversations. I think everybody assumes that their shitty audio is not a problem. It is a huge problem. One of Smash's biggest problems for years, honestly, was his garbage audio. And he's finally fixed it to the point where we can fucking hear him. And so, sure enough, people actually listen to him and value what he says and so on and so forth. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I probably am being an asshole because it's been fucking frustrating me until I cannot even express to you. That's my problem and probably yours as well, I guess, because I'm being a fucking asshole. But the point is that I'm not wrong in this. You guys need to fucking up your audio quality. It's 2025, rolling into 2026. We're not going to go away with this online Zoom shit. Come on, people. Seriously, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on the equipment. I understand. Like, I fucking understand not having tons of money. Fuck, we're not. Today it was announced that Larry Ellison, one of the world's worst people, is now the world's richest person. Instead of Tesla fucking Muskie, who is probably one of the world's worst people in his own weird way. No, it's the outright asshole, Larry Ellison. They call Oracle one rich asshole called Larry Ellison. Basically, that's the official acronym, obviously, for Oracle. Anyway, I'm being a fucking prick. But ladies and gentlemen, seriously, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on fucking microphones. Get a fucking headset. Jesus H. Christ. Get a goddamn headset. I was going to say buy a used headset on B&H. I don't know if I'd buy a used headset, to be honest. That might be kind of gross. But seriously, dude, like B&H Photo or Adorama. Adorama is probably actually a better place to go. I always, for some reason, default to B&H. But Adorama.com, they've got all kinds of cool shit. They'll send it to your house for fucking free. Amazon, I mean, you get all those brands from China that have weird acronyms and names and stuff. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I don't even know what to express to you. For example, there's a whole what do you even call this? Low end hi-fi because it's not DIY hi-fi. There's a huge DIY hi-fi movement, but I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to I don't know what the acronym for the word for this. Anyway, there's like a whole movement of like low cost hi-fi headphone equipment. Not just headphones, but also other equipment too, microphones, whatever. It's kind of a hacker community, I guess you could say, but they're still making it at factories. So I guess you could say someone a hacker designs it and then basically sends it to the factory, and these factories are churning out headphones all day long. They're happy to create these hacker designs. Anyway, I bought a pair of these in-ear headphones, and they literally cost $20, and they're basically as good as some. Well, I guess I bought them years ago, but they're still basically $300 or $400 Sennheisers. They're just okay. The Sennheisers are over ear, but the sound quality is just as good from these $25 fucking headphones. Now, those don't have a microphone on them, so bad example. But my point is that there is good shit out there for 20, $25, $30. I mean, if you want to spend $150, buy one of the Apple, whatever the fuck. I mean, I can't recommend the. Everybody else is screaming about how much they love theirs, but like I went through two pairs of these. The first pair I returned because they were within warranty. They went bad, and then I returned the second pair, and they went bad out of warranty. The Apple AirPods Pro 2 or whatever. And I went to Apple, and they were like, "Well, I'm sorry, sir." She was super fucking nice. The chick that was there, she felt really terrible about it. She was like, "I don't know. It's going to cost you the same as buying a new pair, basically." And so she recommended for me to buy a used pair, literally, instead of getting these fixed. Bullshit. So I'm not going to rush out and buy a new pair of these 300. I think these were like $300. I might have got them on sale, but they were still at over $200 for sure. Anyway, so I wouldn't recommend rushing out to buy that fucking trash, but there's definitely stuff that you can buy. For example, wired headphones. What do you have there, D? Run Olim? Run Olim? Run Olim.
Yeah, and believe it or not, they were pretty cheap. I don't know how much exactly they were because Mrs. D purchased them, but they were from Timu, and they
Huh?
were
Gotcha.
great. There's a
That
microphone.
helps with the audio quality. We have to discuss your audio input though. Actually, you probably need
Okay,
to get a better microphone. But your
this is
headphones, I'm glad that they were good. Because yeah, a good example.
no,
Good
no.
looking headphones. They look like they look. They're not, I mean, okay, they're not going to be $300 fucking Sennheisers or something. They're not going to be Audio Technica or whatever, right? Don't have over expectations, but they'll be fine. You know, you could probably listen to music and stuff, right? Like probably not all that much bass, stuff like that, right?
There
Kind
we
of treble
go.
heavy.
I probably sound better now.
Oh, much better. Yeah.
That's because I was showing you guys my headphones and I didn't have them on.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's much
So
better.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So those are headphones with a microphone.
exactly.
Good example. How much were they?
I have to get Mrs. D to look them up. They were pretty
Off the top
cheap,
of your head.
under $30.
Oh, you see.
$30,
So no
something
excuse,
like
people.
that.
You got fucking $30. I mean, I don't know. If you don't have $30,
Emu.
my apologies. There's bigger problems in your life right now than coming on my Zoom channel. But if you have 30 fucking dollars, go buy some fucking headphones. Get a recommendation from D or something. If you want to spend more money, there's definitely better equipment out there. You know what I mean? But you don't have to, honestly. But come on, people. One of these days, I'm honestly going to make a rule that if your audio quality is crap, I just don't want you on the show anymore because I've gotten tired of it. I've gotten tired of trying to listen to people. Like, I've got this audio recorder here. I never record you people anymore. I used to record the podcast and sometimes edit them and put them on my podcast. I never do anymore because actually the audio quality has gotten worse. I think I'm convinced anyway. This is my head. Maybe that's doing the convincing, but I'm convinced that you guys sound worse now than you did a couple of years ago. And half the time I can't fucking hear you. I can't hear you with headphones. So I can't imagine. And even on playback, sometimes I'll listen to the episodes on playback, like, oh shit, what was I wrong? Like, was everyone's audio fine? Like, no, the audio will be terrible on your guys' part. Like, Jesus Christ, dudes. Come on. Do everyone a favor. Get a pair of fucking headphones. Bud did. His audio quality went up tremendously. I don't think he paid a fortune for his. We can ask him next time he's on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, seriously, come on. Is this joint worth relighting or not? This is the dilemma. This is like the Lebowski dilemma where I have like maybe a puff. I'm gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but I'm basically out of butane right now, and all of my light. Oh my God.
Go, go, go.
That was probably
Red team, go.
that was the last hurrah from that lighter, probably, because you have no idea how many times I've hit this lighter over the last few days. We're doing it. We're doing it to it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Since I think probably nobody's hopping on the last 13 minutes of the show, I think maybe we'll start to say our goodbyes. What do you think, D?
Sounds good to me,
Yeah,
Creamy.
man. I am Polly. If Dr. Levy is still listening, I apologize for being rude. I really do. I really don't mean to be rude to you guys. I really, really don't. I'm very grateful you guys hop on here. I should probably DM him or something because honestly, I probably was
Mm.
excessively rude to him. Ladies and gentlemen, seriously, my apologies. Everybody has their breaking points. That's all I can really say. You know what I mean? We're all fucking human, and sometimes we just snap on shit. I have been, my back has been killing me lately, so maybe that's part of it. But the audio quality, it's getting to me, to my last fucking nerve, ladies and gentlemen. When it's like, what are we, Vikings on this show? I
Wah,
don't even
wah,
know. You know,
wah.
maybe we should do it. Maybe we should fucking change it. That's it. We should change it to the Peanuts meets Vikings channel. That's what it is. It's just all wah
Wah, wah,
wah wah
wah.
wah
Wah, wah, wah,
wah
wah.
wah wah, and then like Mongolian singing. We can do that too.
Goddamn Mongolians!
That's it.
Gonna break down my shitty wall.
I was actually surprised. I thought there was only one puff out of that. This is Lebowski style right here. You gotta do what you gotta do, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah.
In a couple weeks, it's coming. I'll have weed. I mean, I have weed, but low supplies. I've had to ration for an excessively long time. God, it's been so long, honestly. What were Smash and I talking about the other day? Jar anxiety. I was like, oh, I know exactly what you mean by that. Jar anxiety. For years, I was one of my only friends that didn't have jar anxiety, and I would give my friends jars of weed and stuff. They'd be like, "Oh my God, Phoebe! Oh my God, thank you, Phoebe." You know, like a whole jar of weed when you're running out of weed is like a fucking water in
Nice.
the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But for years I had more than enough, right? But then just the last couple of years, oh, I set myself up for failure too, because right before that I was doing seed run after seed run after seed run. So I was basically just depleting my stash, right? And for the longest time it was fine because I had plenty of stash, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but seed run and seed run, seed run, and then my life went to shit, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
haven't had like more than one or two successful gardens since then. Basically, it's been nuts. I don't know, maybe it doesn't matter, you know, like it doesn't really matter. But like, even if they were few and far between, that's basically what it is. So it's like it's just been one disaster after another, after another, after another, after another. Oh, finally, I think the disasters are settling down. I'm going to start to have more than enough. I've even got a section of my house here. By the time I fucking move out of this house, I'll be ready to finally enjoy it. I've got like a I think it was like an alcohol cabinet or something because it's got like child locks on the top or whatever. But I'm gonna
Mm.
basically set it. It's just like this little cubby basically on the way to the kitchen, and it's got like the same kitchen cabinets or whatever. But it's basically its own little cubby or whatever. There's unfortunately no water supply there or anything. Otherwise, I would have made it like a coffee station. But that would have been baller, right? Like
Nice.
just like a totally coffee station. Anyway, but I'm totally gonna make it my weed station basically. It
Mhm.
is kind of my weed station right now, but I don't have all my jars and stuff. So finally, when the harvests start to come in, I'll have my freaking okay. Here's my jar of Ruby Jack. Here's my fucking jar of Sour Morgana. On and on and on. You know, I guess I'm gonna have some ice cream cake here pretty soon.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep growing that ice cream cake. Whenever I talk about ice cream cake, I seem to be the most enthusiastic person about ice cream cake. Like it's actually
I
really,
like
really
ice
good
cream
weed.
cake.
You like ice cream? See, the people that
Yes, I
smoke, I
do.
think, really enjoy ice cream cake, but for some reason, growers are not enthusiastic about ice cream cake. Maybe it's just passé. I guess maybe it's just it is a little bit older strain. It's probably on the maybe close to 10 years
Yeah.
old, 8 to 10 years old. I wonder honestly how old it is. It's been a while for it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. But then again, Durban Poison's been around for longer than that, and people still like that. I don't know, whatever. Ganja Lion just said, I started just smoking once or twice a day now, and it feels like I have infinite haha. That's funny. Did you mean to say it just like that? Because that sounds great. You have infinite haha. In other words, basically, like when you smoke, you're like infinitely giggly. That's one of the things that I really miss, honestly. That's one of the things that I think about sometimes. I'm like, dude, I should take tolerance breaks more often because I almost never take tolerance. I basically have taken one serious tolerance break, I think, in the last 10 years. And it was basically when I went to Israel. And when I came back, I wasn't even really totally back to normal because it really only took me like a couple weeks to basically go back to smoking full joints and basically not even feeling it. Like the first 2 weeks, oh, I got mega high, but still I wasn't getting as ripped high as I used to. Like I remember like 10 years ago, for example, oh my God, dude, I would smoke because basically 10 years ago is when I started growing. So before that, I would, buy a gram or an eighth or something at a time and kind of go through it for a few days. And then, once you get your first harvest, you're like, wee, like I'm in Vegas now, and
Uh,
money flying up like Scrooge McDuck. You're throwing the coins, right? Because at that point, I mean, you can just literally throw it out the window and stuff, right? Like, I'm exaggerating, but basically, like you have more than enough weed for the first time in your life. Um, but dude, I would smoke like I remember vividly getting Chernobyl from the dispensary around the corner from my house. The dispensary is actually still there, weirdly enough, because it's this kind of janky place that I got to salute him because it's obviously an independent place. It's like run by this one guy and his brother and da da da, and they obviously don't spend very much money on it. They've still got like a gravel driveway and stuff. Anyway,
uh,
but my salutations because I hope they're still making money and making a living and everything else. But I remember them telling me like, "Oh yeah, dude, this Chernobyl," and I'm almost sure that they mislabeled it because, or it was mislabeled because it tasted. What am I trying to say? Oh, it's been so many years now that I don't remember. I remember them telling me it was either lime or orange, and it was the other one. Oh, now I don't remember. It must have been lime because it should taste okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But long story short, they told me it was Chernobyl. Oh, bro, it's gonna totally knock your socks off, bro. And they even told me that was I think probably the first time that I heard about Subcool. In fact, that was I think probably so. This is probably like 11 years ago, to be honest with you. This is like 10 and a half or 11 years ago. I think I was already setting up my garden or thinking about it, but it was before I had already set it up because I remember I was smoking downstairs. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. But they told, oh, it's gonna knock your socks off. So I go home and I roll this teeny tiny little joint, like probably a third of a gram or less, honestly, of a joint. So not even a whole gram of a joint, you know what I mean? And so maybe a half gram joint. I don't even think that. And I smoke like literally one third of it and put it down because I'm like, oh, bro, I'm gonna get too high. I remember thinking that, bro, I don't want to get too high. And I put it down and I go sit down basically on my chair and I'm, fucking around on my iPad playing a video game or something. And I'm like, I remember saying out loud to myself, oh my God, bro, I'm so high. I didn't say bro, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm so high because I was fucking ripped. Like I could see little like twinkles in my vision and stuff. I was ripped. I haven't gotten ripped like that in basically since then, probably. Honestly, I essentially have not gotten that ripped since then. So I miss that, to be perfectly honest with you. Like it would be really nice one of these days to just smoke a freaking and dude, it doesn't matter if I smoke a hash hole or a joint rolled in this and that, or it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. I cannot get that high. Uh, I guess I haven't had like a full gram dab, but I don't think I could probably do a whole gram dab. I'd probably cough too much. But anyway, infinite laughter. Yeah, 100%. That's fantastic, Ganja. Ganja Lion, good to see you, buddy. Cheers, Brain Dead. Joseph Anthony hanging with us. I don't think I said hello to you earlier. Cheers, Joseph Anthony. Good to see you, buddy. He says, Jesus, take the phone. I can't do this on my own. Right on. Brain Dead, of course, says, Yo mama likes a necklace. She really does. Oh, Jones Antigross says, Fumidor, I got an Oblivion, a Black Soma Morgana, and a Black Knight's Delight around day 52 of Bloom. The BKD is almost done. The Oblivion has
Right on.
3 to 4 weeks left, and the BSM is foxtailing frostiness. Yeah, that Black Soma Morgana. Um, intrigues the fuck out of me. I still have a couple of your nugs. I basically have, okay, what I'm not going to tell the story about what I'm going to do with it, but very interesting structure. I'm not going to, well, I don't have that Morgana anymore, but if I did, I probably wouldn't grow with her anymore. But I was fascinated at the structure, and I remember basically she was like the flower that Jones gave to me and then showed to me was an intense, like hyper version of the mom, which was really, really, really funny to see because the mom had this really cool like can I show you I can show you pictures, you motherfucking clowns. I can show you pictures, photographs. I wonder if I can show you because I know the trolls are watching. That's the thing. I know they're fucking watching. So as soon as I click on something, they're gonna be like, "Aha! We can get him." Uh, I'm just looking if I have it because unfortunately I've lost a lot of my photos on my computer. Hopefully I can still get them back, but I'm at this point not super optimistic. Uh, dang it. I don't think I have photos of this. All right, I'm gonna try to show photographs. Don't ask me where I found these photographs. I can't tell you because if I told you, I could get in trouble. But ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing illegal about these photographs. There's nothing inappropriate about them either. Where we at here? Where we at? Where we at? Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Come on. I know you're in here. I know you're in here. There we go. Here, I'll just zoom in, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait, that's too far. So don't forget you can buy photographs on my website completely and totally legally. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do remember. So, Black Soma Morgana is what we were just talking about. That's the mom right there, but she had a tendency to get this somewhat foxtaily structure. Come on, I know there's a better image of it in here. Dang it. Okay, that's all the Morganas next to each other. That's her there on the right. But I know I could swear there's a better image of her. All right, you can already see it a little bit. It's kind of this lumpy foxtaily structure. But she had this incredible aroma, this muskiness, this smoky. There we go. Now we can kind of start to see it. It's still dense flower, but it's like crowning somehow. It looks like a medieval castle or Sauron. That one's got a little bit of seeds in it. All right, I don't actually have an ideal picture of it here, unfortunately. Dang it. But anyway, the progeny with the Highland Kerala, and you can see the Highland Kerala actually had a fairly similar structure, arguably somewhat similar structure with this kind of top crowning foxtails a little bit, you could say. So basically, this is the, I guess you could call it not identical twin sister, but uh, very similar looking sister, very similar smelling sister to the brother. So that's basically how I selected them. I had a few different females and a few different, I had like 3 different females, 3 different males. And they were almost clones of each other, to be honest, because one was very like terpinolene heavy. The male was also terpinolene heavy, just from the stem rub, even the same structure, same leaves, etc., etc. It's kind of comical, actually. It was like there was only 3 phenotypes in the line. Anyway, so I picked basically the one that looked like this female. That's essentially why I show these female images. So I didn't end up actually crossing to this female because ironically I didn't want to make an F2 and step on the creator's toes, which now I realize I should have just made an F2 because he fucking accused me of stealing anyway. So I should have just made an F2 and fucking given them away because nobody would have bought them, to be perfectly honest with you. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Highland Kerala mixed to that somewhat foxtaily, smoky Morgana yielded this ludicrously interesting looking fucking medieval looking thing. It reminds me of like Sauron's helmet or something from the Lord of the Rings. I don't know. We're gonna have to show you some fucking pictures so you know what we're talking about. Jones N2 Grow, if you could send some pictures over or post them on the Discord or something, that would be spectacular. Um, by the way, what is he saying? He's saying the Oblivion has about 3 to 4 weeks. Actually, at first I was like, oh, that's crazy. That's about reasonable. I'm hoping that it's not 4 weeks because that would be on the longer side. It's possible, I suppose. The Highland Thai Kerala, I didn't get a lot of super long finishers on there, but honestly, then again, I only popped, 12 seeds or something. So, it's always possible. There's 8 and 9 week, 11 week, 12 week cuts in there. So that's reasonable. I guess that's reasonable. Let us know though. You're going to hear about the only one that I'm probably going to work with on those Highland Thai Kerala crosses is the Black Knight's Delight, basically because it's my Black Prince Ruby cross to that Highland Thai Kerala, and I really like the progeny, so I'm selecting a couple right now. Super lovely, uh, like just visceral strawberry stem rub, basically. Even from the stem rub, it's like sweet strawberries. It's going to be luscious. It's going to be good stuff. And I've smoked a little bit of the Black Knight's Light from Jones, so I know that we're not just wasting our time. Cheers, Pats fan. Good to see you, buddy. I think we're going to bounce here and say, oh, we actually just missed the 20. So good to see everybody. Good to have spent the 20 with everybody. Cheers, Ned Denver, for shouting out the 20. Go for it, D. I guess we'll call it here.
Thanks everybody for watching and tuning in and for the safety muting. Don't forget to tune in for Saturday show, same bad times, same bad channel.
Amen.
And thanks
Cheers.
for me for putting it together, buddy.
Very welcome. Very welcome. And your audio sounds leaps and fucking bounds better. So if we can keep it like that, that would be spectacular. That would make me scratch chalkboards much less in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, because that's kind of what it sounds like in my head, is just fucking scratching chalkboards. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much for goofing off with us. May we all have infinite laughter, Ganja Lion. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be spectacular. In fact, infinite laughter would be a great name for a strain. Oh, Ganja Lion says, I went to school for audio engineering, so I get it. But it's all good. I can usually hear everybody on the show. Well, that's good to know. Maybe I'm just being a fucking asshole. Maybe it is because I have headphones that I'm so persnickety. Maybe, I don't know. I'll actually have to think about that. Maybe I'll watch a couple episodes off just on my phone or something, right? Because that's probably how I think a lot of you guys listen to the show. So maybe I'll just listen to it on my phone. Because I think a lot of times if I ever listen to my show back, I'll either put it on my TV and be cooking in the kitchen, for example, or I'll put it on, even if I put it on my phone, I'll put it like on my Sony Bluetooth speaker thingy. So none of those probably sounds like how you guys play the sound. All right. So one of these days, I'm gonna play it just on my phone, play it, maybe even this episode. I'll play this episode, see if Dr. Leave Me Alone. Maybe it doesn't sound bad. Honestly, wouldn't that be ridiculous if I'm the one that's basically, oh my God, Dr. Leave Me Alone, you sound like crap. And he's coming across like Richard Burton or something. All right, that would be embarrassing. So, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'll try to listen to that later today. Sorry, folks, if I have been overly persnickety. But get a fucking headset. Seriously. Even if it sounds fine on my show, you're not going to do anyone any favors by coming on. We'll leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, for a few days, I didn't realize I wasn't paying attention. I was just basically spacing out. I was asleep at the freaking wheel. What can I tell you? The coupon codes had lapsed. They're back on, ladies and gentlemen. And now, finally, I can actually finally say we have equalized. Although I forgot to put Gefilte Bitch back up. All right, so Gefilte Bitch, unfortunately, is out of commission at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone salute Gefilte Bitch. Hopefully, she'll be back soon. I'm assuming that the Gefilte Bitch is a female, obviously, but who the fuck knows? Wouldn't that be a funny cartoon character, the Gefilte Bitch? Anyway, it's like I don't know, in my head maybe it's like a Jewish warrior that fights with gefilte fish or some shit. I don't know. I haven't thought this very through. I haven't thought this through at all, in fact. What am I trying to say? Coupon code JUGOLD, ladies and gentlemen, is up to 40% now. So it's no longer the bastard redheaded stepchild at 33%, ladies and gentlemen. It's 40%, just like Giddy Up. but I did now, I realized, I was going to create a new coupon code, Giddy Up, with two words, because I'm sure some people just forget and do you two words instead of one word. So for the moment, use the coupon code Giddy Up, one word, ladies and gentlemen, or Jugold, one word, ladies and gentlemen. Save yourself 40% off. We'll keep it there for a little bit. We'll see if I'm gonna keep it there forever. I don't know. It's one of my ways to. I haven't talked about this. I want to talk. I want to even do maybe a whole episode on this. Honestly, it's one of my ways to kind of figure out the process of transition, basically, because I realize that I just don't have the ability or the time or anything to do a testing run on these Jack the Ripper lines. I honestly don't even really want to anymore because I bred that stuff like going on. Well, okay, some things I bred like 6 months ago, but many of them I bred going on 2 years ago now. And so it was supposed to be a release of a few different things. No, it wasn't even 6 months ago. It was just a few months ago. It doesn't matter. In a couple different batches, right? But the point is, it was supposed to be basically not even last year, the following year before. So I've been dragging the shit basically behind me. At the same time, also, I've already basically given up on that because I've realized I don't really want to work with other people's mails whenever I can help it, etc. Unless they ask me specifically, if one of our friends or something specifically came to me and wanted to do a collab, then maybe I'll think about it, right? But otherwise, I'm never going to touch anybody's shit anymore. It's just fraught with too many asshole things because it's not even just me that has heard the experiences I've heard before I started and now after. I've heard from so many different people who've had essentially breakups. And unfortunately, these breakups happen in all kinds of businesses. One of the channels that I've been subscribed to for 3 or 4 years, probably, honestly, that I watch on and off because candidly, I couldn't stand to watch him kind of get fat was Rate My Takeaway. And Rate My Takeaway is this UK channel. Dee, do you know what I'm talking about? You ever seen that channel?
No, I
Because
haven't.
you're into like food channels. Anyway, it's a UK food channel.
I'll
All
check
the
it
countries
out.
of the world have food review YouTubers, right? But for some reason, UK has this particular kind of a niche. I don't know. And there's a bunch of YouTube food reviewers, basically. Anyway, without going into all the goddamn channels, this particular guy, Danny, whatever, from Rate My Takeaway, started basically during COVID, and they've been doing it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, and their channel blew up, basically. It got to like 1 million subscribers or something. We're pretty close to it. Anyway, he unfortunately has had some serious health setbacks. His former partner died. I don't know. Anyway, had a little bit of a tough life. And evidently, it's just kind of come to a head, and basically the channel broke up in the last, literally, just a week or two. And there's literally now this he said, she said going on, basically. He's doing videos, and they're doing comments, and da da da. And it reminded me, honestly, so much of the weed community. I'm like, oh, this very basically sounds like because they were all basically, all three of them, typical story of YouTube success, they were all three of them amateurs. Not one of them had any actual experience with cameras, film editing, video editing, being in front of a camera, anything else. Danny was basically a butcher, delivery guy at a butcher shop in the UK, and they did like Instagram reels, which is apparently how the other two guys noticed him because he apparently had a good personality. He does have a good personality. They have gotten somewhere based on his personality. The cameraman, so to speak, is apparently the boss, basically, and he is a terrible cameraman. If you know anything about cameras, the fucking guy walks around with like a GoPro and half the time films like fucking birds and whatever. Honestly, it's kind of clown level. Obviously an amateur, and then they have an obviously amateur video editor. So the three of these guys basically got together with a hope and a prayer and a good idea. Mainly, it was a good idea. Famous YouTube story. Well, very similar to breeds like seed breeding, basically. A lot of times it's essentially a couple, three guys that got together. Honestly, I have to be frank. I think these guys remind me most maybe of they used to call themselves Oni Seed Co. and then it all broke apart, right? The Tropicana cookies guys and all those guys, Papaya, Tropicana, all those guys. And they all went their separate ways and in many cases became kind of, I think, became enemies. Maybe I'm convoluting their story with somebody else at this point. It doesn't really fucking matter. But it reminded me so much of weed stories where the guys are friends one day and then all of a sudden the next day they're fucking enemies. Or like a breakup between partners, right? One day you're friends, next day you're fucking enemies. Jesus Christ. Humans. We need more evolution, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it at that, where we ask the universe for a little bit more evolution. We need can we please get a little bit more of that? We need that Chappelle show meme where he's got the coke on his face. We need a little bit. Can we get a little bit of that, a little bit more of that evolution? Ganja Lion says, "We
Yeah.
community has a lot of drama, especially since we're supposed to be an open, inclusive bunch. Business always get in the way." You find this all the time, dude. You find this all the time in open, inclusive bunches. Famously, the protesters or activists or whatever, all the time becomes like a circular firing squad. Excuse me. Which is not to honestly even not criticize the right wing, which is also always a circular firing squad. I don't know. I'm telling you, I think we just need more evolution, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get a little bit further away from the trees or some shit. I don't know. Uh, what's that expression? My grandpa ain't no monkey. Well, I think my grandpa didn't throw no feces. I think, yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave it at that. We are wishing the universe for both winning lottery tickets as well as more evolution. And we are reminding each other that our grandparents probably did throw feces at each other in frustration. If not the grandparents, then maybe their grandparents. I don't know. Or maybe their grandparents. How many generations back do you think, did all of our grandparents throw feces at each other?
I'm not sure.
Do you think
That's
it's
a
like
good
nine
question.
generations back or because I don't think it's like 100 generations
Maybe.
back. I think it's literally like in
I
some
don't
cases
know.
probably not even nine generations, but I'm being generous, maybe like 9 or 10 generations
Huh.
back, and they were throwing poop at each other. Pretty much. I think so. I think that's what happened. Ganja says, at least a meatloaf thrown. He's like, come on, man. It's civilization. We don't throw poop. We at least throw meatloafs. But then that's useful. You're throwing food at your enemy. You're feeding your enemy. I don't know. Is that part of the insult? You can't even feed yourself. Here's some meatloaf, motherfucking Momo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we incite civil war in the community, thanks very much for joining us. Good to see you, by the way, Gunja. I guess I even forgot to say hello. Cheers to Denver. Who else has slipped in here like a fart? Nobody. Looks like nobody. Everybody's legit. Everybody is too legit to quit, ladies and gentlemen. VT, forgot to shout you out earlier. Good to see you, buddy. Lurkers, non-lurkers, tofurkers, all of you, berserkers, twerkers. Remember, we were talking about doing a Fumidoro twerking challenge. That's gone nowhere, seemingly, but I'm still going to talk about it because it just deeply amuses me. Anytime you see the Fumidoro show, I want you to think twerking challenge. Maybe we can do like Google SEO for the Fumidoro show. We can do like twerking, and we can get all the internet twerking traffic to redirect here, and then they'll be like, "Wait, we came from shaking butts, bro. I don't know why we're watching this weird guy at Max Headroom. I don't understand. I don't what's going on." But ladies and gentlemen, lurkers, twerkers, lurking twerkers. Maybe they're lurking and twerking. Do you think they're lurking and twerking, D? Do you think they're secretly practicing their twerking for the twerking championship that we're going to have?
Yes, that's it. In the
That's it. In the
background.
entire background, it's just
Sorry.
booty shaking, just booty popping right now. It's 100%. That's what's going on right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that visual, I'll leave you with that, with just a sea of a sea of asses off camera practicing their booty popping, twerking for hash money. That's what it is. Twerking for fame and glory. Twerking for God and country. With that, my friends, be kind, be decent, be gentle, don't be fucking pricks, dicks, or lunatics. Adios, my friends. Thanks for hanging with us. Puff something wonderful, and until Saturday, it seems like, and until we meet again, which is going to be Saturday, is what I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. Same channel, slightly different time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Shut the fuck up. 7 p.m. Lawrence, a few more. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 10 p.m. Eastern. There we go. I smoked a joint like an hour ago. This is what happens. This is what happens when you only smoke a couple, three joints a day. I'm serious. I'm only
No,
smoking
no.
like maybe four,
You just smoke more.
four. I know I need to smoke more. I know this very, very, very well. But I'm able basically because I don't want to. I cannot stand buying weed at the dispensary, right? So whenever I can help it, I just won't go to the dispensary to buy anything, right? So I'm rationing
Yeah.
myself to the point that I probably can make it to my harvest, right? And with a little bit of padding, hopefully, with a little because things happen, right? If I have to go buy an ounce or something, I can live with that, right? But I'm not going to go buy fucking ounces and ounces and ounces of weed, right? Shut the fuck up. It's never any good. It just always costs too much. Even the cheap ass Oregon weed just costs too much for the quality you get, right? And I'm not going to spend like top shelf money for, oh my God, shut the fuck up. I'm not going to go poor buying weed, right? So I'm rationing my weed And so what happens is I smoke a joint and like tra la la, but it's like I don't know. I was complaining about it just a little bit ago. It's not high enough. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm higher than I normally would be, but I'm still not high enough. We need to work on it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a problem to solve for another day. This and many other mysteries we will solve probably on Saturday. That's why you should tune in on Saturday. Tell your friends, ladies and gentlemen, we will solve all of the world's mysteries on Saturday. Guaranteed, right? Guaranteed. Uh, Guaranteed by whom? I don't know, but it is guaranteed. Stamped by Yo Mama. It's stamped by Yo Mama. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging.